Berharap sangat kedatangan Jepun ni datangkan satu rahmat kepada kita. Sebaliknya, kita berada dalam satu suasana yang boleh dianggapkan neraka dunia.
Japanese rule begins with mass murder.
日本的时候那个是很野蛮的，真的没有人道。
But the Japanese promise that they are reclaiming Asia for Asians.
The Japanese has got one thing in mind. They have got seishin, they have got spirit. They want to embed it into us.
Instead, thousands are enslaved, tortured, and starved.
Teruk kerja yang buat. Bukan kodi, hamdi.
For the first time, ordinary Malaysians tell the story of how the Japanese occupation changed their lives and Malaya forever.
On August the 6th, 1945, two American Super Fortress bombers arrived over the Japanese city of Hiroshima on the world's most devastating military mission. The Enola Gay, with Colonel Paul Tibbets at the controls, was about to drop the first atomic bomb, a weapon conceived by a group of international scientists based at Los Alamos in the United States. So far, no one knew exactly what effect the bomb would have, either on the unsuspecting inhabitants below or on the crew of the plane itself. They were soon to find out.
As soon as the bomb went off, the whole inside of the airplane just lit up as if someone had set off a flash bulb. And then we had to wait, and this was our big worry, is what would the blast do when the blast got to the airplane? And finally the blast did arrive. It was like being in an ash can and getting someone kicking. And then we crowded to the window and saw just the whole city completely covered in smoke with this very tall mushroom cloud rising from it.
President Truman had already threatened the Japanese with a rain of ruin from the air, the like of which has never been seen on this earth. When the truth was revealed, his words seemed an understatement. Buildings vaporized, so did the clothes on people's backs. Was it a bomb that should never have been dropped? Some people thought so. Others argued that it shortened the war and kept the subsequent peace. One thing was not in doubt. Hiroshima taught mankind the awful truth about nuclear weapons and just what horror they could bestow.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faiq bin Faiq. I'm from 102 Stadium. I'll be asking my father about Japanese occupation. Can you introduce yourself?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faiq bin Rahmat. I was born in 1973 and I am 40 years old this year.
As you were born way beyond the Japanese occupation, how can you share the story on this?
Yes, I was born way beyond the Japanese occupation, which was in 1941. But I get the stories from my grandparents, who is your great-grandparents.
How was the condition during that time?
The living condition during that moment was terrible, where people were scared to get out from their houses, especially during night time. And the food was quite difficult to get. There were mainly living with eating tapioca or ubi kayu, which was merely bought because at that moment cooking oil was very scarce and expensive.
How was the education on that time?
Education-wise, after they settled down, which was in 1942, people were made to go to school and they were made to study Japanese language, and they were directed to sing the Japanese song before they started the class.
What was the most important message given to you by my late great-grandfather?
Well, I would say the most important message shared was that being independent, we must know how to appreciate the independence that we have right now, whereby Malaysia is an independent country. And for the youngsters like you and your friends, academic qualification and everything is utmost important. With that, we can actually make sure that the country is forever being independent, and the next generation won't be living in such condition where we have a foreign country invading our country. I think that's the most important message shared with me.
Thank you, Ayah, for sharing your story and thoughts.
I'm indeed proud that on this, the great...
Kami akan sentiasa mengingatnya dengan kesyukuran, kata Perdana Menteri dalam ucapannya, bantuan yang telah kami terima dari Great Britain dalam perjalanan menuju kemerdekaan.
Dengan nama Allah yang Maha Murah, yang Maha Kasiani.
Kemudian, Bapa Kemerdekaan menegaskan kata-kata pemasyhuran kemerdekaan yang memansuhkan kuasa pemerintahan British dan mewujudkan satu perlembagaan baru bagi Melaya yang dari hari ini
akan kekal menjadi sebuah negara demokrasi yang merdeka dan yang berdaulat serta berdasarkan kepada kebebasan dan keadilan